Oh, the 2024-25 season is getting ever closer, and today the EFL have released all of Watford's fixtures for this coming season, and we're going to take you through all of the key dates that you need to be looking out for here today on the Watford Way. If you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe, leave a like on the video, and let me know what you're most excited for in this coming season. But yes, I have the fixtures in front of me here. I always get very nervous when the fixtures come out, but there's one thing you can always guarantee: you have to play every team twice, which is what I say every single year. So every team, regardless of where they come, you have to play them twice. That is always a guarantee with the championship fixtures. But looking at some of the key dates to look out for in the coming season, people like to look out for the Christmas dates, New Year, the last game, the first game, and of course them two derby dates with our rivals up the road as well. So let's dive straight into that right now. The opening day of the season is going to be away in London at Millwall, which is actually probably going to be quite an emotional game. Of course, I'm sure you've all seen the news about their goalkeeper unfortunately passing away at a very, very young age. I believe he's only just 26 years old. So that's Millwall's first game of the season, Watford's first game of the season as well, travelling to the Den, and I'm sure there'll be tributes to their goalkeeper on that game. But that is Watford's first game of the season away at Millwall. I believe Watford's first away game actually since 2016. So ever since 2016, Watford have started the season at Vicarage Road. So it does mix it up a bit actually, going into London for our first away day of the season. Let me know if you'll be there in the comment section down below. Our first home game is at Vicarage Road, of course, at home to Stoke City. Stoke City are, an average championship side, not too difficult, if you will. Of course, they've still got the entire transfer window to go, but yeah, not too bad of a start at home for Watford actually. Stoke City, very winnable, you have to say. It's not one of the recently relegated Premier League teams. It's not one of the recently promoted League One teams. So I think for me, Stoke City at home, I will absolutely take that. Now, we move on to Luton Town, and actually we're going to be playing them away from home before we play the fixture at home later in the season. So Luton Town away is going to take place as it stands on the 19th of October. Now remember, all these fixtures can change. They're yet to actually announce the television selections for the first few months of the season. So every fixture I tell you today can of course change, but as it stands at the moment, Luton Town away at Kenilworth Road is going to take place on the 19th of October. So very much looking forward to that. And of course, you can watch all the build-up and coverage of that game here on YouTube, as we'll be doing a watch along for that here as well. Boxing Day actually is at Vicarage Road. So once you've all had your Christmas dinners, you can head on over to Vicarage Road for some Boxing Day football, and that is Portsmouth at home. So Portsmouth, of course, travelling to Vicarage Road on Boxing Day, which should be a good game. New Year's Day is away from home, and we face QPR at Loftus Road. Now QPR, the past couple of seasons actually, we played them very early on in the new year, and it's happened again this time. QPR here on New Year's Day, so another trip into London for Watford fans, but this time on New Year's Day facing Queen's Park Rangers in a little bit of a derby. I mean, some Watford fans call that a derby, some don't. I don't think I personally would class it as a derby. There's not really that much hostility. I've been a few times and I never really felt that intimidated, but yeah, I know a lot of people do call that kind of a derby type game. So yeah, QPR away is New Year's Day. So hopefully I can get over to that game. Luton Town in the reverse fixture is happening at Vicarage Road on the 22nd of February. So Luton Town and Rob Edwards, of course, coming back to Vicarage Road on the 22nd of February. Recently relegated from the Premier League as well. Rob Edwards also recently, as I believe, has signed a 4-year contract, a 4-year contract extension at Luton Town. So it'd be interesting to meet Rob Edwards again at Vicarage Road. I'm sure he'll receive a great reception is all I'll say on that one. And we take you through to the final day of the season, of course, and that is against Sheffield Wednesday at home. So a decent end to the season, actually. Stoke City at home in our first home game, and we end the season at home against Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, Danny Roll, who did a great job with them last season, will be hoping to finish a lot higher than they did in the Championship last season with Sheffield Wednesday. But yes, that is Watford's end to the 2024-25 Championship season. Looking at particularly hard runs in that fixture list, August, September, October all seem relatively okay. October looks a little bit difficult, but I think for me the main tough run in our set of games comes in February of 2025. And let me just read you some of Watford's fixtures in February now. We've got Norwich City at home, Sunderland away, Leeds at home, Middlesbrough away, and then we end the month of February with Luton Town at home. So some big clubs, some big managers in there as well, and yes, some big players playing for them teams as well. And Luton Town ultimately culminating at the end of the month of February. So we've got Norwich, Sunderland, Leeds, Middlesbrough and Luton all in the month of February, which is very difficult actually, to say the least. But who knows what will happen at that point. Watford might be flying high and doing really, really well, or Watford might be towards the bottom end of the table and struggling to pick up wins. We don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen in football, but the fixtures have been released. I'm very excited. I'm sure you guys are excited as well. Let me know which fixture you're most excited for in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to The Watford Way as well, and we'll be back with another video for you very, very soon. Bye-bye.